here we are in the south of France, yet UK governments, London, Manchester, Liverpool, Newcastle and other cities have huge presence here. So it's really interesting for years and years and years at MIPIM. The UK cities have really kind of made it a place to meet, a place to do deals. And we're seeing that actually pan out in reality. So we're having proper conversations about proper partnership opportunities where we get together with public sector as Morgan Sindall and just make things happen. So south of England, north of England, so we've been discussing some real opportunity in Salford, for example, and Greater Manchester this week, and in Thamesmead at the other end of the scale, so East London, and it's all real stuff. It's one of the very few opportunities we get to have everyone in the same place. I guess the biggest issue both Morgan Sindall and this country faces is availability of land. We're effectively a small island. So what that means is we're very heavily reliant on central government to release what it has, and hopefully in partnership, because that's what we do, we're partnership specialists, but also for the data that we have to be absolutely clear when it comes to the availability of land. So I see our job actually as a catalyst for the release of government land. Once we've sorted that out, which is effectively all about supply, demand and affecting value, then partnership is the second biggest issue really. Finding good partners who have the appetite and enthusiasm to co-develop with us and create new places and to regenerate.
Well, it's great to be here to talk about the work we're doing with Bournemouth Borough Council and Slough Borough Council to transform their towns through a programme of joint developments. And these are generating really substantial returns for those councils. Indeed, to such an extent, Slough Borough Council hasn't had to cut frontline services to date, despite the age of austerity. It's a mixture of land value and development profit, so the essence of the joint venture is that they become a co-developer with us and have joint control over everything that happens, so the returns are very attractive. And also the element of control that they have is attractive too, because they're in control of quality, placemaking, timing, jointly with us, and they really appreciate that control. I think the group is almost unique in the breadth and range of the delivery capability that it's got. It's got leading brands across house building, mixed-use developments, construction and infrastructure. And in the investments division, we try to harness that entire broad range of delivery capability to deliver our schemes. And the company is very financially secure and isn't exposed to risky overseas projects. So local authorities can have absolute confidence in us.
From a local perspective, I feel that we are, as a business, very well placed to assist in the housing crisis. Our business is actually based in those inner cities, in those regeneration areas, working with communities, working on placemaking development. One of the key issues that has actually come out of this week is about public-private collaboration, dealing with problems early on. The message, build it and they will come, keeps coming up. And for us, as a business, we've worked in areas where we've taken a leap of faith. We've worked with the communities, we've developed projects which actually have great cycle routes, have great livability aspects. It's not just about building houses, it's about increasing that offer for family, for young people.
I think there's been huge steps taken to improve what we're delivering on the ground in terms of social value. We set ourselves up as an organisation that provides social infrastructure, and if you take that really seriously and think about that, you're providing places where people live, work, play, learn, create, and when you're doing that on the ground, you can't help but deliver social value. It's our experience that local authorities are changing their view about how we can best deliver social value, and we're seeing that through the advent of more frameworks and long-term strategic partnerships. So the whole concept of regeneration and social value are intertwined in that scenario, where you have a commitment to a long-term programme of work, you're creating local employment, you're creating training opportunities, and actually you're creating businesses as well. And when people are delivering and working in the areas where they live, they've got an added pride to what they're doing, so it makes sense from a business perspective, but of course they're also adding value to their own communities. Well, we've made an investment in what's called a social value bank. So we are now monetising all the social value aspects of what we do, whether that be social, environmental or economic. And using HM Treasury guidelines, we're actually putting a monetary value against what we've created through a project. And some of the outputs from this are fantastic. We've seen social value generated in the region of 100% of the development value of the schemes by using those metrics. And when you actually present those outputs to authorities politically, it's very powerful, but it's also real, because that's what's being delivered.